Ladies and gentlemen, drivers, welcome to the driver briefing for race 5 here at Imola. George can't be here today, so I will just be briefing you about some things regards to last week and over the season as well. So we all know the basics by now. It's more common sense than not. Um, a few things just to mention. We want to remind drivers that about weaving and blocking. Um, Obviously, the main straight is pretty much the only straight, and it's quite long as well. So, can we ask drivers please not to excessively weave or block quite aggressively, as this could um, result in a post race penalty. Um, you may not react to other drivers' movements. I'm just reading from the notes here. In regards to rejoining the track, could we ask you just to please be careful about that? We've seen a couple times where drivers have just rejoined without care, and it's caused quite some extreme disruption to drivers through sessions. This track can be narrow at points, so please just bear in mind that cars could be coming at any moment or any point. Within the braking zone, please no moving. We do ask you to do this due to the nature of the track. There is a few heavy braking zones along the circuit. We have no live stewarding, so team radio cannot be muted. Therefore, each incident throughout the race will be dealt with as separate incidents after the race, which could easily lead to a race ban, so please bear that in mind. As mentioned before, all incidents will be reviewed after the race, and I've been asked to stress this quite a lot. The incident limit is now 10 incident points. This is so drivers aren't abusing track limits, gaining advantage by going off track all the time. I believe it's 10 incident points and a drive-through penalty, and then 5 incident points after that. So once you receive, if you get 10 incident points, you receive that penalty. Every 5 incident points after that will lead to a penalty, I believe. That is the most important point. That's why I've left it last. We do ask drivers just not abuse the track, because we just want good racing from you guys. So I think that's everything from the briefing. We hope you have a clean and safe race, and we hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Anti-Stall Racing Formula 4 series here at Imola for race number 6 of 12 of the season. We're at the halfway point. We're at a legendary circuit of Imola for the Formula 4 series. 2 races today of 15 minutes each. Always action-packed here in the Formula 4 series for the Anti-Stall Racing League. Last time out was no different at the Red Bull Ring. Quite a different circuit to Imola, I must say. Lots more corners here and quite tricky to overtake around this circuit. Famously quite not the best circuit in Formula 1, but for Formula 4 it should be a lot closer and a lot tighter, and here with these cars and these drivers I'm sure they're going to put on a good show for these next 2 races today. I am always joined by Brody for the Formula 4 and Formula 3 series here tonight.
Hello, and I'd like to welcome you back as well after your week of rallycross, I believe.
Yeah, week of rallycross where I'm very bruised and hurt and injured, and I've been sleeping in a van for the past couple of days, so I am happy to be home. Oh, the glory times of racing. Luckily for these drivers, they can just sit at home, comfortable in their chairs, and not have to worry about where they're going to sleep. Or damage are cost as well. So, and you can see that in the driving sometimes.
You can. So I believe qualifying has just started. As for Formula 4, we should know by now, this is a single car qualifying format of 8. You get 8 minutes to set 2 laps. Your best lap is the one you'll be counted, being that it is not taken down for track limits.
Yes, which we do seem to have a lot of in Formula 4, I think.
Indeed. But one man, whose name is just popping in the bottom left there, Jasper Smelt, we've seen in recent rounds, he started towards the back of the grid and worked his ways up through during each race. And again, last week, paid off for him, I believe. But yeah, there's a lot of things happening last week. So this man, Kevin Stamp, was in a good fight for the win, along with Sebastian and Jack as well. And for some reason, no one seems to be out on track, so we can't watch anyone. That is what's showing on my telemetry, on my relative timing.
Yeah, it's confusing me because, hang on.
I don't understand that.
There you go. Change the camera quick. I think you have one.
Keeps going to.
Yeah, it does keep going. See, I see it. Doing that? Why is it doing that?
Oh, I've just realised it's because I was a silly Billy and joined the session as a driver by mistake, not a spectator. Normally, when you're a driver in the single car qualifying format, you can't see your other drivers on track.
Oh, can you not?
No. So unfortunately.
Well, I'm gonna watch the lap times and they will pop up. I will watch what everyone is. Everybody else is out on track but 4. I must admit.
Indeed, we will see the lap times pop up, and yeah, that is such a silly mistake from me. I really do apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen. This week's already been a crazy week. After the Easter bank holiday, we all hope you had a wonderful Easter.
Yes, I hope everyone had a lovely time searching for some eggs, and if you still got some chocolate, do eat it. I recommend. Yeah. I didn't have any over the Easter weekend. I must admit, I ate very rarely over the weekend because weight exists. Now, the first lot of times will be coming in soon. It does seem that Ruben is the one that is absolutely flying through and setting the pace at the moment. Yeah, I'd say he might be, maybe even, yeah. At the moment it's him. I think Sebastian's just a 10th off of him. But Ruben will be the first to put a time in, see what he does. They were doing 45s in the practice. Leon's got his time in. People are crossing the line here and they're not counting. I must admit, I'm seeing times come in and not counting. Alexis has gone P2. Ruben, Jasper, and Baz all put times in that were quicker, but none of them counted. Blaine's put a time in. Brian, which I haven't seen before, his name. I haven't seen Brian's name before, didn't count. Kevin's gone pole for now. Andy Tatman's gone P2, quite close there between them two. I think Sebastian at the moment is on a good lap coming near the end of his. Adam Ramsey was on a somewhat good lap, but I think it's now fallen off towards the end. Sebastian should be coming probably around the last corner now, probably towards the line at this point. See if he manages to pip Kevin. They were pretty close at the Red Bull Ring, I believe. Does he do it? He should 1 minute. No, he does. Yes, he does. I don't think he. Oh, it's close though, isn't it? How close is that? Oh, 1700ths of a second there. Alexis' qualifying is over. He's in the pit lane already. Ruben's gone again on another lap. It's telling me Ruben's minus something there, which is intriguing me. Is that?
Interesting.
It's counting up though. He's now a second slower, technically, if that's what it's meaning. I don't know what it means. Jack Reeves is out there. Who else is out there? So Leon's time's done. Sebastian is also done. He's in the pits too now, so that's the best lap he's going to do. Best he's going to start is pole, but I don't know if he'll stay there for long. Everybody else is on laps, I think. We know Jasper Smelt likes to start near the rear of the field. Is he going to do that again?
I would assume so.
Ruben's time again didn't count. It was quick enough for pole, but it's not counted. It's not on the board. Jasper Smelt, I think, has done the same thing. What about Baz? Yep. Baz didn't count either. Brian's got one in P8 there. Kevin Stam's absolutely flying. Has he gone any quicker?
He has indeed. He's gone half a second quicker, actually.
He's found that in the first couple of sectors there. Andy Tatman's had a pour into his lap, and that's him staying P3 for now. And Adam Ramsdale's on a lap. 4 is now out on the circuit as well. So Brody, I'm reading your name off there. I'm reading your name off the list. So Ruben and Baz are not getting their time to. So the top 3 have all put theirs in. Peter's gone P4. He's on another lap at the moment, coming towards the end now. Adam Ramsey should be crossing the line any second now. He's P5 at the moment, and his time didn't count, I believe. And that one completely. 4 has set one. 4's time not counting as well. A lot of people. Where are they getting these cut tracks or off tracks here around here? There's a lot of them going on about.
There is indeed. I believe it'd be somewhat over the crests of the corners. Obviously, it's a bit blind coming over there, and then you can't really judge your line too well. But get it right, and obviously it pays off, as we can see with Kevin Stam in his half a second lead in qualifying.
Four's still on a lap.
Yeah, 20 seconds left for these drivers to settle time.
Oh, will 4 get round in time? 4's not going to get round in time, so 4's not going to get a time in because the time will cut him off. I think everybody else is done. Brian's, no one else is going to get any more times in here with 5 to go, so 4's going to not get one, and only 10 cars have actually got a time in here. The rest did come out and try, but Jack Reeves and co. not getting any laps in.
So, here's your grid for round 6, race 1. You've got Kevin Stam on pole position, Sebastian 2nd place, Andy Tatman 3rd, Peter Verwolf in 4th, Adam Ramsey in 5th, Blaine Sparling in 6th, Leon in 7th, Alexis in P8, Alex McIntyre P9, and Brian Dampuis rounds out your top 10. It's Thor Tuller in 11th. Then we have Ruben in 12th place, Jack Reeve in P13, Baz Kessel P14, Jasper Smell and Adri Garcia, who actually rounds out your grid as there is my name. I am not racing. I have made a silly mistake and joined the session as a driver. So,
I always seem to order food as soon as the race starts. It's ready for me to eat. Perfect timing. Here we go then.
indeed, I believe we have still a few seconds left, around 20 to 30 seconds.
That's a lovely view here of the cars.
Indeed.
I must admit.
There we go. We'll go for this camera. While the race start.
Okay. Get my drink out before I knock that over. Let's see. I'm gonna care about there.
Yeah, an absolute disaster if he did, and it'd be an absolute disaster if we had a massive crash into turn one.
Look at that. Two Andy Stewart racing orange cars on the front row. They look beautiful.
Indeed, and Kevin Sam and Sebastian van den Heuvel.
A modern day McLaren behind them there as well. That looks great.
I believe that's Andy Tapman's ART livery.
Yeah, then number 15. Is that Peter?
That is
It's
Peter.
lovely.
But we are going 5 red lights in just a moment. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're out, and we are underway for round 1 of race 6. No, race 1 of round 6. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And there you go, Kevin Stam. You have the lead into turn 1. Good start. What's going to happen behind him? Do we have anything? Looks pretty clean to me.
Alex McTire. Yep, Alex McTire. Can't say it. I can't do it. Alex has got 5. Thank you, McIntyre. Couldn't get that.
Kevin's off.
Oh, he's got
off.
Kevin's off. Oh, he's finally rejoined. That's 4 places lost.
Good rejoin as well. But that hands the lead to Sebastian as he drops down to P5. Oh, but interesting.
Well, that's off Brian's one.
Indeed. Brian drops to the rear of the field with an off track. Yeah, it seems to be pretty...
Yeah, clean start. Very clean start
Indeed.
there. Absolutely. No one's... Only person to go off the road actually was, I believe, Kevin.
Kevin and
Brian.
Brian, who were watching here, but the man on a mission after that one is, I'd say, Ruben, obviously, with 4 positions gained there.
That's a bit close between everybody behind. They've all bunched up on the last couple of corners. I think that's Baz and Jasper just behind Jack and Fort. This quartet of cars.
Indeed, see a bit of a slipstream trim here.
Oh.
The Haas car of Jack pulls out, and Jasper just behind Baz there. Is he going to pull out as well? No, he just sits behind. Jack's still down the inside. What's happening? Adam Ramsey has crashed.
Oh. Well, he's to the... it's with Peter. Peter's to the left, so Peter's... I think Peter and him have had contact.
Let's see.
Yeah, they're both now out of the race.
Get a quick replay of that. So, here's Adam Ramsey. Looks like he's looking up the inside.
Peter's gone wide. He's bounced
Peter hits off the curbs and takes Adam Ramsey with him.
Yeah, nothing you can really do. I think there.
That's very, very unfortunate for Peter and Adam.
Yeah, I don't think there's much you could have done there. He's literally airborne, so yeah, that's very unfortunate. Both of them now out of the race, high up in the field.
But the man absolutely checking out the front of the field is Sebastian at the moment. Kevin is back up to P3. Can't see the intervals between the drivers.
You see the big blue box. You can change the best time to intervals instead. Don't know if I can. Can I do it? No, I can't do it. I believe Brian's now in P14 had. It says he's had a crash, but he has crossed the line. He has. Well, his time was quite a bit slower. Same with Alex. So those two at the back for P13 and 14 may have had an incident on the last couple of corners in the last lap.
There we go.
Lovely.
There we go. So we're back to that now. I do apologise for last week.
Kevin Stam's just dropped positions. Kevin Stam continues to drop positions. It's not telling me he's gone off or nothing, but he's dropped 3 positions there. That's Kevin.
It does show that he crashed, actually, I believe. Get a replay on this. See what happened. Just loses the car on the curb. Yep. Just gets a bit. The rear just gets a bit lifted. It's a bit light. I believe as well. We have something between Brian and Alex.
Yeah, I believe so. Looking at their times, they lost about 8 or more seconds on a lap, so do they just have a come in together here? Does Alex spin in front of him? Or Brian spins and Alex follows? Well, okay, no, Brian, separate incidents then, I guess. Yeah, I guess, oh yeah, Alex just ahead of him, still the same thing. I think Alex looped out of the corner. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just loses it in behind. We'll go back to live times now, and you can see Sebastian 7 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, which is unbelievable. And one man who didn't qualify, Jack Reeve, who's shown signs of very promising pace over the last couple of rounds, is up in 2nd place.
Yeah, he's doing a good job there. Who's he got behind him? Just Ruben as well.
Yeah, Ruben behind him, and then Kevin following as well. We've got three very fast drivers there.
Ruben also didn't qualify. I think championship-wise, I do believe it's like Kevin versus Jasper, and Ruben's in there as well. Jack, I think, missed a few rounds, so he shouldn't be up there really in the title fight, but definitely the one with some pace.
And got word Alex crashed again, possibly.
Yes, I can see that.
May have had a bit of a moment.
Oh, Jasper's having one! Oh, that's a save and a half lap.
It is indeed.
He is going to lose a place surely there to 4.
Thor is on his outside. He's also got, I believe, Blaine Sparling in the slipstream.
Oh yeah, Blaine could go for it. He could make it 3 wide into turn 1.
Possibly could, yeah. Thor's is ahead, but Jasper's looking back up the inside. And Thor's he's riding the curves. Jasper makes contact with him. Blaine avoids. Can he get a run on Jasper now?
He's got to run. Will he look? He's gonna back out of that one.
He's gonna back out. Very smart. He's got Adja Garcia as well behind him. That all happened a bit quick.
It did. I'm not sure what you can say about that with Jasper. Can't really to avoid him too much. Thor too much there. His Thor's bouncing around the place, so I guess it might be looked at if it gets put in, but Thor might be a bit upset, but then he was bouncing all over the curb, so it's quite difficult for Jasper to avoid that. Don't know where the other car is going to end up, so pretty hard to judge.
I think if we can. I believe it was. Indeed, so we're going to get a replay on this. We'll go on board.
On board of 4
So
then.
runs a
Misses
bit-
the apex there.
Runs deep and then gets tapped. Yeah,
Oh.
he does get
Yeah,
tapped.
he might be upset there because until the whack, you would say that he probably could have kept that on the road. Actually,
Indeed.
he could argue there that he had it somewhat under control, as much as it didn't look like it. On board, it seemed like he at least was going to avoid the gravel trap until he got.
It's unfortunate, but we can see there Jasper has got a bit of front wing damage, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him too much.
Jack Reeves is in the pits. Why is Jack Reeves in the pits? Why is he?
I have no idea. It's not come up on my.
P2 has pitted. He's done a drive-through, I think. Why has he got a drive-through already? How's that?
I don't know.
He was in the pits for 27.6 seconds, so...
I would say that's a drive-through.
4 has also entered the pits, and he's now... done a pit stop, I believe. I think that's to fix damage, to be fair, for 4. But I'm not sure why Jack's gone in.
You can see. These two having a bit of a battle on track. Adri Garcia and Blaine Sparling in front of him. Wonder what's going to be the result of this. Adri looking at the inside. Is he going to make a move? No. No lunges as of yet. As we are actually only 5 minutes away from the end of this race. Before we move on to the second one.
Yeah, quite a quick race, actually. Ruben is closing Sebastian down, but does not have enough time to do that.
No. I don't believe so. The gap's 6.9 seconds there. And
Well, Blaine's all over the road. Adrian, I'm going to say Adrian Garcia anyway, really putting the pressure on Blaine at the moment. And you can see Blaine's feeling it in his driving. Went a little deep into the chicane, had a bit too much. He can put the traction down on the exit of the corners too. So he is a bit all over the place. I'd say Garcia's maybe in the best seat at the moment, putting the pressure on the American driver Blaine. But battle for P5 probably will last for the next 5 minutes, I say. They are pretty close in their lap time. Their last laps are pretty close, and their last laps are also their best laps until they cross the line then, and they just both set new best laps with their last laps. So there you go, and here we go, there's the move round the outside.
lovely move.
Kind of let through by Blaine there in the end, decided not to fight that. Yeah, Blaine actually had, well, they were close on pace. I'm surprised Blaine hasn't really tried to fight that one out there. As apparently Peter's crashed in P13
Indeed.
as well, which is unfortunate, but he's further down. Ruben has the fast lap of the race, so that's an extra 2 points. So he's actually getting the most points out of this race, not Sebastian.
It is for now. I wonder if any drivers who possibly have pitted would try and steal that away from him. It's a long lap for these cars actually. With a 1 minute 40 lap time. In comparisons, that's like Formula 1 at Spa.
Yeah, that's quite nice actually.
I was going to do something
I mean, it just shows you how fast the Formula 1 cars are. That really is crazy.
Oh yeah, one thing to note for this race actually is a change into the incident point system in regards to penalties as well.
Okay.
So in iRacing, you can set a limit of incident points. This includes off tracks, car contact, etc. And if a driver collects so many of incident points, he gets a drive-through penalty, I believe. And I believe we can see. I can try and find the right thing. I did see it earlier. There we go. Off tracks. If we got that there. So actually, a lot of the drivers respecting the limits.
Yeah.
The reason for this change actually is the stewards looking at Well, they obviously seeing that drivers are abusing track limits, abusing the limit they've been given. It's obviously getting an advantage over their opponents. But this is I don't know specifically what it was before, but I know this has been reduced to 10 incident points. I believe the highest we've got so far is Brian and Alex on 3 each.
So I want to put out there that Sebastian's got none.
Yeah.
It's gap as well.
The only driver in this championship at the moment, in this race, without any incident points. If you do just join us, you'll see a driver in 17th. That is not a driver for this race. That is me, actually. I accidentally joined the session as a driver, not spectator, but Peter's crashed again. As I just looked down to my little telemetry box and he's jumped straight back to the pits.
Final lap of the race then, I'd say, as Alex gets passed by 4th, P10. That's Alex out of the points.
Quite easy as well, and that's the reason. You can see the front left of the front wing is slightly bent upwards.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That'll be why. I'll have a bit of an aero deficit there. As we jump now, I believe this is the final lap.
As he pits as well, by the way. Alex pits as a damage.
For Sebastian, this is the final lap of the race. Has a lead just over 6.5 seconds. Driver behind him, Ruben. And Kevin Stams fought his way back up for a podium. Gasser Smelt in 4th place, as expected, with his recent tactics in recent weeks. There.
I do think the fastest lap league is still going Ruben's way.
You can have a look at that. It is indeed. So although Sebastian will come round and take the victory of race 1 at round 6, he's not going to take the most amount of points, actually. So Sebastian,
Is this his first win? Or did he take a win the Red Bull Ring?
I don't believe it. Actually, I do not know. I can't.
He's just nicked the fastest lap on the last lap. He has just stolen the fastest lap by 200th of a second. Now he takes the full points.
He does indeed. So,
wow.
He put his money where his mouth is, and Ruben might not have a clue about that, actually.
But yeah, probably not. If he's just stolen on the last lap like that. That's nicely done by Sebastian there. That's going to help his championship fight a lot there. That's good. Good win. Domination, really, there.
Indeed so.
Quite a calm race for Formula 4 standards, I believe there.
It was indeed, but it seemed to go by pretty quickly, which is unusual.
Yeah, definitely did, yeah.
Right, so the grid then for race 2, we have Jack Reeve on reverse pole position, Andy Tapman alongside him on the front row, Blaine Spall in 3rd, Adri Garcia in 4th, Gasser Smelt in 5th, Kevin Stam in 6th, Ruben in 7th, and then Sebastian, your first race winner, in 8th position. Brian Dampuis 9th, and Thor Tuller rounding out your top 10. Alex McIntyre in 11th position. I don't know why I said 2nd. Adam Ramsey in 12th. We have Peter Beveld in 13th, Alexis in 14th, Baz Kessel 15th, and Leon rounding out your grid in 16th position. Wait for the drivers to grid up once again.
I think they're on the grid.
Yeah.
They are there.
I will get into TV mode. 5 red lights are on. They're now out, and we are underway for race 2 of round 6. It is a good start from Andy Tapman, actually. He takes the lead from Jack Reeve off the start, covers the inside.
Yeah, look at
Good
that. He's covered him
defensive
off
move.
immediately.
Is it going to be
There's
contact? There is.
contact with
There is.
B4.
There is
And it's
indeed.
Ruben.
That is Edgar Garcia who got spun round, I believe. We will look at a replay at that.
Oh, Jack's gone for it for the lead. Jack's got the inside of Andy Tapman. He's at the
Also
back.
the-
Oh, no, Andy's gone off. He
Oh, that's-
rejoins. He's going to hit Jack. Oh, they're both round. Oh, but Bane's gone off too.
What?
Oh,
What is
top four's
happening?
all off. Top four are all off. Jasper spelled out. There's loads of contact. The car coming back on the road. How many people get through? They're having a zigzag.
Absolutely.
4 leads. I think Ruben's out. I think Jasper's out. Andy Tapman, Jack Reeves is involved, and Alexis is also gone as well. 11
Wow.
remain. 5-car pile-up, I think, in the end, or was it maybe just 4 as there was contact at the start?
I've got 5 cars out on my screen in the pits.
Yeah, well, and Blaine went off as well, so it's about 6 cars they're involved in that chaos.
So let's have a look at the initial incident that
Garcia with, I think, Jasper Smelt is 22. Yeah. So it's Jasper that collected him.
So
oh, and no, Kevin's been spun. Oh, so Sebastian as well. There's loads of cars there, actually.
Loads of cars there got hit, and then...
Wow. And then it kicks off in the front. Look at that in the distance. 2 cars go off. Oh, that's a crapping car of, I think, was that Kevin Stam's car, possibly. That was crabbing like mental there.
Find the next one. Where is it? A lot happened. I'm gonna...
If you go with Jasper, maybe, you could find... Oh, 4 looks too, to be fair.
That's too far behind.
Well, so 4's had to avoid the initial crash by going off. Kevin Stam's definitely got some damage there then from that. Crazy.
Right, so I've got Jasper on replay.
Yeah, he's gonna... Oh, there's all chaos behind him. He's gonna end up initially hitting a stationary car, I believe, that's gonna be up front. So here we go.
Right on the side pod. So you can see Andy goes off track, collects Jack, Blaine misses that.
I just couldn't...
Yeah, wow.
Oh, and he gets collected by number 91 of Alexis, so that's why Alexis is out as well.
Indeed.
If he collects the stranded lane, that is... Jehevan Stam there.
So
he's in P10, but he had to get around with massive damage on his car.
So it's all kicked off here in race 2 in Formula 4.
Baz has passed 4 for the lead, so Baz has made the move. Is he now leading?
Yep, Baz. So Baz is your leader.
Cars have gone in the pits, Alex. Right, yeah, so these... Yeah, wow. It's survival of the fittest for this one. That was...
Indeed.
A lot of cars in turn 1, and a lot of cars in turns...
3 and 4, I believe.
Turns 5 and 6 technically is where... Well, 6 is the chaos moment.
Yeah.
And that's big. Big. These 2 are now fighting for their first win in the series, Baz and 4 here, so here we go.
Indeed. And then Peter's just behind, looking for his first podium as well.
He's now just entered the pit lane, so he's got damage. I assume as he comes... Loads of cars are now coming out the pit lane after fixing theirs. There's Jack Reeves and Ruben are out the pits there, and Jasper as they all get out of the way of the leaders. As Blaine has also gone to the pits as well. So a lot of cars having to pit for damage, I believe. Kevin Stam, one of them, he had severe suspension damage. He had to do a lap with it as well, and he's now in P10. His rear left was really destroyed, so he got from turn 1, so he had to get around the whole lap, try and lose the least amount of time as he could. He is in P10.
That looks okay now, though. Hopefully he can try and push on. Back to the leaders. I mean, we say this never ever disappoints every week, and it just produces something new.
Well, that all kicked off immediately. That
it did.
A small incident in turn 1 made loads of cars avoid, and then the turn 5 one there was so unfortunate with
Really
Andy going straight on the gravel, and then he just I feel like a penalty coming for that one though. I do.
Possibly, yeah. It was
Jack's not going to be happy about that.
It was kind of silly. Maybe he could have just kept to the right as much as possible.
Yeah.
Kept it in the gravel rather than
What the
straight back the
stewards will
track.
say, they will say a unsafe rejoin is what they're going for
I
that
think
one.
so. Yeah, it's more
And
than
then after
likely.
it's just chaos. I don't think you can blame Jasper. He couldn't turn enough, and then I don't think you can blame Alexis because he runs into another car. There's so many like Blaine spins and avoidance. It's just loads, but yeah, I think the
Yeah,
initial incident maybe looked at again there. I don't know about turn one though. That one with Jasper and Garcia could also be looked upon into, as it was turn one of a 15-minute race. Didn't have to be so aggressive. Sebastian now in P3, obviously after have pitted
so
for damage.
after all that, still minimal incident points.
Adam Ramsey now in the pit lane as well. He's probably got some damage to fix too. We're 6 minutes in already. You got the cars behind 4 trying to unlap themselves, which is always an interesting part of the play. I wonder if you let them go, because there's 2 of them and they are quicker at this moment in time. So you won't want to let the leader go though, but they look like they're going to try and... Look, they're very close. It's more dangerous to keep them behind at this moment in time, as Kevin Stam does the fast lap race. As they... Will he launch it? Surely you've got to be respectful as the car behind and lapped,
Yeah,
but they definitely are quicker. And
as
one of them, Jack's gone straight off the road, and now I'd think 4 is going to let one of them by. He does seem to let Ruben go. Yep, he's decided that he doesn't want a back marker breathing down the back of his neck for the entirety of this race.
Indeed, but if I believe if Ruben stays there for too long, he will get blue flags and we'll have to move out of the way again. As Baz would like him to be there as a barricade.
Yeah, it's also
But
very good.
Blue flag rules, blue flag rules. He slides out the last corner actually, doesn't
Yeah, he's going for it, so... There's another car in front. That's Andy Tatman that they're now using as Slipstream. Are they going to get him before turn 1? I'd assume they will. There you go. Everyone using the Slipstream just to go by. Does P2 get him as well? He gets out of the way of 4. Yep, all good. Everyone gets him before turn 1.
I just want to say as well, Sebastian is closing at a really, really quick rate per lap. I mean, last time I checked was last lap and he was about 7.5 seconds behind these drivers. Now the gap is 6, just below that.
Yeah, and he's got back markers to pass too. See how much they become
Indeed.
a part in this. But yeah, he's definitely faster. He's obviously got 1 win today. He's quick ground here, it seems, in Imola.
He is indeed. I did see Jack Reeve actually pretty quick in practice. He was fastest overall, but unfortunate events.
He's now trying to pass Andy Tatman, I think, actually for position behind.
And we speak of Jack Reeve, he has just crashed apparently on my...
I think him and Andy Tatman have had another coming together there, just behind us.
Look at that. This is Jack in the Haas livered car.
Oh, yep, there we go. There's a bit of contact, and there's some more for you. And he's going to get on the grass, and there's a bit more.
Just runs straight into the back of him. That is... Tensions seem to be absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah, that might have... That one, you could argue, if it was a different car, he may not have done that. Spore's got Baz. What's happened there? Has he let his teammate through and he's made a mistake? 4 retakes the lead. There's only a 4-second gap back to now Sebastian. Yeah, he's really closed that gap.
Indeed he has.
So a mistake in the final corner, I'd say, from Baz has allowed 4 back into the lead. Sebastian can see them. I just seen him in the background there. You can see that he's closing in.
Indeed. So I'm just going to go all with Baz here.
Oh, let's see what he does. Is he already losing the car on the way in? He is.
Mid-corner, he loses the car. And then that allows Thor to overtake him.
Well saved, but not what you want when you're leading, is it?
No, it's not.
Still P2 at least.
He is indeed, but his gap's under a second. He's not lost a lot of time. And then Sebastian 4 seconds behind these guys. Is there enough time for Sebastian to try and get back into this fight, do you think?
I think there is, actually. I do. I generally do, as Kevin does another fastest lap of the race. The way they're driving and the pressure's on them, yeah, he's just hunting them down. He had the pace in race 1. The time is continuously coming down. I think he's going to be on them. Well, we've got 5 minutes left. Another 2 laps. Ooh, he might be on them. But if they battle too, he's on them immediately.
Yeah. Well, they want to be smart about this.
Yep, they do. If they want one of them wants their first win, but that's the issue, isn't it? You want to be smart about it, but at the same time, you got to race to get the win. And if they race, Sebastian will be on them.
That is very true. I think for me personally, Baz is in the better position. He has the slipstream advantage. Thor doesn't have a car in front of him to do that. As you can see now, Baz looking to the inside, using that slipstream. Try and make an overtake now, but there is 4 minutes left of this race. You reckon it'd be better just to sit behind a leader for 4 minutes and try and pull a move? Like
he's done the move now. He's now, because he was in front before, he thinks he might have the pace. He needs to go now because Sebastian's behind them. Luckily for him, there hasn't cost him too much time, but it's less than 3 seconds now.
Yeah, because he's just there in the mirrors now. He's starting to creep up onto the front 2. Could he actually steal this win away from them? We shall see momentarily.
You can see, seeing them helps close it down. You can really see that they're going to race. Look, they're going to race. Fall's race. He's in his mirrors. He's realistically slowing Baz up here by being in his mirrors that much.
Indeed, it's just falls. So, I think it falls Baz to either, I don't know, try and push that extra bit, just try and get away, which could lead to a mistake,
as he did a few minutes ago.
Exactly.
So
there's that there as well, and Thor's in the slipstream where Baz isn't, so he's going to get a good gain down this main straight. But I think
Sebastian's there now. Yeah. He's there.
So the gaps are pretty similar, around 0.8 of a second between each driver as it shoots back up between Thor and Sebastian. But as you can see, if we just watch the gap between P2 and P1, you can see it comes down so quickly around Imola. I'd say about 1/10.5 there, just down that straight alone in these cars. That's still pretty big. I think Baz might actually have the pace to pull away from Thor, but Sebastian is the quicker driver of both of them, as we can see by the best lap times there.
Yeah, he's about a second quicker than them both. Quite a lap. Yeah, he's there. So it's now, how long does it take him to get past Thor? Can he get to the win? There's no longer if, it's when now, isn't it?
Yeah,
really,
has he got enough time? He's closing up with 1.5 minutes to go. I believe the next lap could be the last lap of Formula 4 for this evening.
Look at that, he's on him. He's really on him. He can, if it is the last lap, he might not get the win. He might run out of time. So it all now matters what happens when they cross the line. It's definitely going to be the last lap, isn't it? He's only got 1 lap to get the both of them. Indeed. I don't think it's going to be enough. He needed more time.
I think for this final lap of the race, we are going to go on board with Sebastian, see what he can do. There we go then, last lap of Formula 4 for this evening around Imola. We're on board with Sebastian in P3, car number 93.
Here we go, tucking the slipstream the whole way down the straight.
Indeed,
you got 2 of them under the white flag, man. Let's go, 4 tenths is the gap. That's how close you can get to the curve. Don't touch the dogs, just slow down. He's in the middle of the road because it comes back at you. Here we go, hit the apex to turn 1. Kind of misses it, the car under load there, just
indeed. It hooks it through the circuit, doesn't it? Chicane. Flicks it through. It was just under a second quicker than these 2 on the last lap.
Look at the car as he turns in. It glides. It just
Thor's a bit wide there. Is that going to affect him?
being behind Baz here for 4 could save him here down the straights. Because he's also got the slipstream.
Yeah, indeed. But then Sebastian's effectively got a double slipstream.
Ruben's stolen the fastest lap of the race, so he's getting 2 points at the moment.
I believe Leon's crashed somewhere, apparently.
Really, he's crashed. He's in P4 at the moment.
Sebastian's so much more confident coming through this dipping section of the track.
Four's got a run here on Baz. Four's got a good
Baz
run.
made a mistake.
He's defending the inside line. Can
Defends.
throw it. He's thinking, he doesn't. Sebastian thinks about it too.
This is going to be a dart to the line. Is someone going to chuck it up down into the last few couple corners? Sebastian's not that great of a run.
Don't think the slipstream's strong enough to get him before the line, is it?
I don't know, but Thor may have a look.
Probably.
Or he might settle for P2.
Needs to be on his gearbox out of this last corner.
Indeed, and he's not really there. So it looks like. Baz Kessel, for the first time in Formula 4, is going to win. Or is he?
First win.
That is the checker flag.
Second.
And Sebastian, a good recovery to P3.
After a chaotic start to that one.
Well, it's not something you see every day. A massive pile up into turn 1 and then just have a nice, exciting race afterwards.
Yeah, it was good there. It was good, yeah. Unfortunate for the cars that were involved in the first couple of incidents there.
Yeah. But that's your race winner for race 2 of round 6, Baz Kessel.
Well done to him. Good job. Deserved that win. Well done.
Indeed.
That's all 3 of them then. All 3 of the black and green cars are now at least all taking a win. So well done to him, as his teammate will give him a congratulations and a big hit up the backside.
Yeah, indeed.
One way to celebrate a win. I do believe Ruben. Yeah, Ruben definitely took fast up. It also says he takes P10 in that race as well, so he's got a few points out of that in the end.
P11 and Tapman P10.
Oh, was it P? Oh right, okay.
So we shall show you your race results there. Baz Kessel, your race winner for P2. Thortilla in P2. Sebastian in P3. Leon managed to finish P4. Alex McIntyre P5. Peter dropped off, unfortunately, down into P6 after all the chaos from lap 1. Blaine Sparling P7. Kevin Stam recovered well for P8. Brian Damwees P9. Andy Tapman rounds out your top 10, but he's not the last driver to collect points. It is Ruben in P11. Gets 2 points for fastest lap. Adam Ramsey P12, Jack Reef P13, Alexis P14, Adja Garcia P15, and Jasper Smelt down in P16. So, a horrific evening for Jasper as he sees his championship rivals like to extra points.
Yeah, that's not a good day at the office. That
it is not indeed. I believe we're going to take a short break, and we will be back soon with Formula 3 around this wonderful circuit in Italy. ladies.
Hello.
Oh, go on.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'll steal it from you.
Right,
Hello and welcome back to
Yeah.
Formula 3 this time instead of Formula 4. I'm so used to doing the other side of it. I was just so eager to go for doing this part of it for once. So I stole it completely from Brody. For this time, it's Formula 3. I wasn't here again last week for this one. It was at Red Bull Ring as well. Dominating display probably by Benny as always. We can probably place your house on that one these days, but I think he's also top of practice at the moment. Again, not by much, but he's just always there, isn't he? He's just always there, like a cousin at a party that you don't really know, but he's just there.
Yeah. So, same circuit. I believe same conditions as well, but different drivers, different cars. It's the same principle. Going as fast as possible without trying to, without crashing. A lot of drivers kind of failed that in the first race. Well, in the first round of the second race. As we saw just earlier in Formula 4, big chaos in race 2. And for me, that was the least I expected. The last thing I expected from the race.
Yeah, Formula 4 hasn't had big incidents really since, I'd say, the first round. Since then, there's been little bits here, obviously. There's been racing, but yeah, that was unfortunate to see.
It was indeed. Normally, when we've gone to different circuits, I always expect some sort of action like that to happen, and then this week I come in expecting nothing to happen, just be a same old race, and yeah, all the racing gods play tricks on me, don't they? So
yeah,
they like to trick me, but we are back. Benny Feed, I believe, is top of the championship still. He's quick again. What's not to like, you know? Especially for Benny Feed, but you've got Ash Knight up there, who is actually faster than him by a tenth of a second. Then you've got Theo just behind him, and then he's also got Mario and Christian just behind him there as well. There's a decent spread around the field today. And I see especially one new but very, very cool name. Frankie Francica, if that's how you pronounce it. I think that's got to be the coolest name in ASR at the moment.
Wow, that's
I can't think of any other name.
No, you've put me on too much of a spot there to think of a name. Yeah, okay. It's going to be difficult for me to say, yes, because the part is going to get me. But
just call him Frankie.
I'm gonna go with Frankie. Funny. That rolls off the tongue a lot better.
Indeed. So we'll jump to drivers on track, and one who has just set a lap time. If I can get the camera set up. Theo. I mean, we've been told how to pronounce this by our French community members, but it's just gone straight out of my head.
Wasn't it Gilardini?
Something like that.
Oh, I could be wrong now. I just looked at the spelling of it.
Alexis, if you're here, please let us know.
Tell us again.
Yeah.
I feel like he's made us space out as a Gilardini.
Yeah.
I think.
But
that's how he made us.
He jumps to P2, 6,000 behind Ash Knight's time. Number 71 car. And with 10 seconds of practice left, we're going to go jump straight into qualifying. We have a few drivers, especially 3 there within the 10th of a second. But we have 6 around about half a second spread. And then the drivers behind, they're still pretty close in their own respects as well. It looks like. Here we are then. We will be able to see drivers actually on track this time, because I've not been a silly Billy. I've joined as a spectator, not as a driver. So, first car on track.
I like that. Yeah, you'll be able to see qualifying now. Lovely livery again. As always, I've missed seeing that for a week.
It's just such an iconic livery. You can't go wrong with it, can you? The Gulf McLaren livery, famous in Monaco, famous. I believe,
Endurance.
Indeed, with Ford and their.
My Mini's going that colour.
Wow.
It's already orange, but the white that exists will be going that blue. As soon as I replace it all with fiberglass is what's happening in the next month. So that
sounds
nice.
wonderful.
Yeah, it's not going to be quite the same because you can't just straight up pull a Golf livery on a Mini, but the colours are there. But that is so that's why I'm such a biased opinion towards that car.
Indeed, I believe it was the Ford ET40
Yes.
Mark II cars.
Yeah. I think you're fully right about that. Yeah. And there was like a prototype as well, wasn't there? Like a
I believe so, yeah.
Whole big slick body that's got quite a big rear wing, but it's not really a rear wing. It's also part of the body shell.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking of the right car.
Indeed, we picked this livery from the famous days of Ford versus Ferrari in endurance racing. Many things teaching you about that battle, actually. One of actually a film.
He's got a Senna livery on his helmet there, hasn't he? Is he?
Has he?
Am I right? I think that it's like a yellow and a green. Is that not like a Senna type livery? I swear.
Find a way if you can see that. We get a close up. He slows down. No, just a bit too far away. Definitely looks like a Senna helmet.
I think it might be. A Morrow sticker on it, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool if it is.
Indeed. That is a definite nice mashup of McLaren's history.
And his circuit, of course.
Oh yeah, of course. Ayrton Senna, unfortunately losing his life at this circuit, I believe, in the San Marino Grand Prix. Went out the final corner and unfortunately makes contact with a concrete wall, which takes his life away from him. Many more championships ahead of him, I'm sure.
Oh.
And that would have definitely rewritten the history books. It's sadly a great racing legend no longer with us. Ascari Immonen paying great tribute to that driver. Hopefully Ascari does well here in Formula 3.
Yeah, he hasn't had much luck, has he?
No, he's not.
Oh, big slapper on there. Coming out the last couple of corners.
Indeed, but he comes round the final corner. What's the lap time going to be from Ascari Immonen? It is going to be a 1:38.3. But this man, Benny Feege.
Oh, he's all purple, isn't he?
He is. But okay, 1:37.5. So that's just under a second quicker. You see Daniel Hieronymo was slightly behind Mr. Immonen, Frankie Francicia, up into 4th place. Ricardo Mercado and Daniel Schive all setting their lap times.
Saying Frankie's full name is just making you happy, isn't it?
It is indeed.
That's why you're saying his full name. It's just making you happy.
It is such a wonderful name to pronounce, but one driver with a middle purple is Theo.
He's got a race win under his belt, if I'm not wrong. I believe it was him, not his brother. I'm going to say yes because of the livery.
I actually believe they got a 1-2 at Hockenheim in race 1.
Yeah, it changed to a 1-3 after penalties for Enzo, I believe, sadly.
Yeah.
So, but Theo has got a 1 win under his belt. Doesn't have a pole though, I don't believe, and has he got one yet? Across the line. It didn't count. It would have been no, it wouldn't have been pole either. So that was a slow lap actually in the end.
What's Ash Knight? Ash Knight's on a really slow lap. They'll be going for a second one. Benny Feege is flying again. And
he's stopped.
Okay, so he backs out of that lap. Christian, I can find him. Purple mini sector.
straight to the
Hooks
wall.
to the
Look at
inside.
that.
Takes the shortest run to the line. What's it going to be? A 37.9.
3 of them on a 37.9 now. Jesus.
Indeed.
Look at that.
But that is a way off Benny Feeder's time. And Carlos Fernandez coming to set for that time.
Oh, keep it. Oh, he's lost a lot of time there.
Indeed. What's Bruno doing? Not the greatest 4th mini sector. What's his 5th and final mini sector going to be? Nice and check coming out the final corner. Well, the final proper corner anyway. Let's get this little right hand kink up to the line. 39.6. Sorry, 38.6. Alright, Theo.
Is he gonna get P2 here? I don't know if
he needs this lap to count. Does it count?
No, I'm not getting it. No, I've only got 30 seconds on mine and didn't count at all.
Ash Knight. He's going to be the next driver to cross the line. He's got a purple mini sector in 3. What's his lap time going to be? He's got another driver there. So Ash Knight P2. What's Thiago going to set? 38. 5 on the timer just at the bottom there. I don't believe that counts.
It would have been a 37.6, but yeah, would have been second. That would have been, but yeah, it didn't count.
So unfortunately, a few drivers missing out on their lap times. Daniel improving on his previous best. Crosses the line, and I do believe that lap counts. Nope. So. Carlos.
I think he's on his final here. This is it.
Yep, so Carlos. This is his last lap. And that puts him P10. A 139.8. And the last driver to set his lap time is going to be Thiago Costa. We will ride with him, but I don't think he's going to have enough time actually to set his lap time, as the clock just runs down to 8 minutes. The checkered flag is out, and he's unfortunately not going to set a lap time better than the one he's set before. He could have got P2 with his first lap, I believe. I don't know. But anyway. Your grid. Read to you by Wes.
So, Betty will start on pole. Something that we're quite used to now. Ash Knight P2, though, in his Aston Martin liveried car. Christian in P3. Scari in P4. Pretty good position for him. Mario in P5. I believe him, Christian, and Ascari all doing the same lap time to the 10th of a second of each other. P6 for Daniel. P7 for Bruno. P8 for Costa, which did do a few runs in qualifying. He can go faster than that, so see how far he gets up to the order. Frankie in P9, Carlos in P10, Ricardo in P11, and Daniel in P12. And P13 will be Theo, which didn't get a lap in qualifying, but we know it can go a bit quicker. There's a pink car in the background there with a rainbow on the front of the car. Whose is that? Is that number 96? I think it might be Daniel. No, it's Frank. Is it Frankie? Oh, it's Frankie.
Frankie. Yep.
Wow, that's a livery and a half there. Pink with a rainbow on the front. Is that purple rings as well?
Peek at that.
Oh, look at that. That looks. Oh, look at the front wing. Looks nice as well.
It does indeed. But the design flows up over the car really nice as well, which.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But we are going to go back to the front because the lights are coming on. So we got 1 when it comes on, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. Lights are out, and we are underway for Formula 3. Benny's got a wonderful start. I believe Ash has got a good start as well. Or did Christian just bog down? Who knows? Christian's up into second place. But Benny Fee just checking out the front here. We'll drop back to this battle behind them.
Everybody got away from it fine.
Indeed, so no turn 1, turn 3 and turn 5 calamities.
Someone's off in the background though. I think it's Costa. Drops a few places.
Yep. That's unfortunate. Loses his best
Bruno
qualifying
is also
time.
gone off. Bruno's in the wall in the background. Bruno's lost. He's out of the race now. He's lost the rear left wheel, I think, there. Bit wide from Christian there. That's cost him a bit of time. Put everybody on the back of him now. Giving Benny a bit of a gap already. Don't want that in a 20-minute race. Benny already having a gap. Frankie now gets back to P10.
1.5 seconds, may I add. That gap from first to second.
Oh, Mario's crashed from P4. He's drumbles down the order in the chicane. He's down P10, so he's had a massive moment as Randy Ricciardo's had to go off the track in avoidance, I think, there. Here we go. As he just breaks, he's got the same lever as Carlos. Hits the curb. Hits that curb. Oh, hits the back of Ash Knight, which was having a moment. And round he goes. Does everybody avoid. And in the background, there's Ricciardo having his own moment.
Indeed.
As well. Well done for him to just staying there and make sure everyone can go around him. And in the background there, Theo's already in P5, looking to get more places. Isn't able to do so. That's very close. That could be caught out. Everyone gets away with it nicely. That's why Ash Knight on the grass going to come back on. Theo's got to avoid him now. Theo's on the grass, but everyone's
very well done by Theo there to avoid that. Ash did all he could. And Ascari did well to just hang back that little bit.
From last to fourth in... Oh, that. How about that?
There you go. So it obviously works in the junior categories. Better for some than others, I would say. Yeah, just blinks there a little bit. I believe this is closest battle on track at the moment. I'm not wrong. Oh, that's
Daniel's passed Ash.
Ash had another problem.
He's probably just gone a bit too deep for Daniel to go past him there, in slightly different Aston Martin liveries as well.
So, yes, they are. I noticed that last week, actually. I couldn't tell whether it was an Aston Martin livery or just a green racing livery. Oh,
he's gone a bit deep there. I think it's Aston Martin. It's got the British flags on the back of it. As Theo's had a moment in the last chicane, I think, and Scari's still ahead of him. I don't know. They're very wide. Look how
side
wide
by side, giving each other space. This is what we want to see.
It's like a motorway straight. This is. It's so wide. Theo should be through though as they break. And Ash repasses Daniel as well. So 2 positions changing on the main straight that time. Bit of a moment there for Ash. Does Daniel go back for it? He does. I would back out there. He's kind of got a wheel on alongside though. He's going to go for it. Because his nose chopped off.
Almost touches the back of Ash there.
Oi, Costa's gone. Costa's in the wall. In the background there. Spins into the wall.
That's his...
That's a front right gone. Yeah, your front right's not connected. You're not making that around the corner.
I don't know why he would be carrying on.
Yeah, in the gravel. And that's Costa out of this one.
Benny.
He just lost it on the grass slightly. Overcorrected.
I want to point out, Mario Nicholas has got the fastest lap at the moment.
He spun on lap 1 as well.
Indeed, so fresh tyres may have helped him get that.
Ash Knight has gone off the road. Again. Allowed Daniel to repass him for 5th.
Not having the best of times, is he?
Yeah, he's not keeping on the road very well.
See what happened? He flicks the car in. He carries. Oh yeah. He's aggressive with the car there. Unselled it, and the car retaliated by saying, "You're not allowed to do that with me, so I'm gonna make life difficult." Yeah. And
you can't do this to me.
If you don't want to be nice with me, I won't be nice with you. And that was the consequence there for Ash, and he has dropped a position as a result of that.
We gone back alive?
Apologise about that. There we go. Just seeing how Theo's got the fastest.
Yeah, yeah, look at that. He's pulled a gap out to Ascari as well there. Done well to get up to P3 in such a short space of time within 5 minutes of the race. So that's well done by him. He really hit the limiter as he comes over that hill there. Mario's now gone up to P9, passing Daniel. Well, they slide these cars about. Do these Formula 3s. Through the chicane, can't take too much curb. It will unsettle these cars massively, and they do seem pretty stiff cars, I must say. So a handful to drive, it would seem. The amount of mistakes we have seen throughout the series so far is at the halfway point in the championship now. Benny has quite, I'd say, a hand on the title as he now gets fastest lap of the race. And it gets stolen back by Theo. So trading fastest laps at the moment as Daniel in P10 has had an incident.
We'll go and watch that if we've got nothing else to watch. And a pretty boring race, actually, this one.
Look at the wings. Look at the rear wings. Look at the spec of them. They're very different. There's no rear wing on Daniel's car, and round he goes. And his teammate gives him a nice nudge to put him the full way round. With Ricardo there. Different setup, though, massively on those two cars.
Again, the Portugal iRacing team drivers not having the best of times with each other.
Yeah, that's happened a few times this season now, isn't it, actually?
Yeah. The closest battle on track right now. What's this one?
Two Aston Martin.
Yeah, Ash Knight trying to taste down.
Well, that's quite funny. Just the guy who takes the photos for the minis has sent me one, which is great because last time he sent me one where I had the rear end of the car very high up. This time he just sent me one where I'm absolutely flying. There is no wheels on the ground at all. Theo's pitted and around goes Ash Knight. Full 360 maybe, a bit of a slow one, but around he goes. Gets back going, still in P6. He's not going to be there for long because Carlos comes along. Theo's in the pits then. Does he got too many? Yeah, he must have got too many off tracks because he's still. I know he's pitted properly. I think he's still in the pit now. He's leaving it. He's going to come out with these lot here, or is he just in front? No, he's still leaving the pits now as Frankie tries to pass Ash Knight and not able to do so. So he's gone from P3 to P9. He was in there for 32 seconds. He did stop in the pit lane for 7 as well. No, so I don't know what that's about. He's now come out in 9th. No wonder I broke my exhaust many times. The fact that I'm literally all 4 wheels off is fantastic.
You just like being airborne.
Yeah, apparently so. I hate roller coasters and things like that where I'm not in control. But apparently, it put me in a car. I like to jump it. Yeah. But I must admit, compared to last time, at least this time the car's level. The other pictures, the car was at nearly a 90-degree angle from the rear in the air. This time, at least, it's all 4 leveled up in the air.
Yeah.
So the suspension worked, I guess. Wow. Yeah, you wouldn't want to get these cars up in the air, though, as we've seen during this race. People hitting the curbs too much and flying around.
Indeed.
I do think we've seen more pit stops recently in this race than the previous week, so I am going to put this down to the incident point changes.
I think so, because you can see after that pit stop, well, whether he did have any or not, Theo's now got no incident points registered to his name. And you can see the top 5 as well. Don't have any either. But yeah, you can see a few drivers on 3 or 4. Ricardo with 1. Obviously respecting the track limits a lot more than what they had been doing, as according to the stewards. But yeah, this battle here is getting ever so closer as Ash closes up massively through this lower section of the track. As he rides back up the hill, it looks like he's got a run. His car's defending the inside. He is indeed. Ash goes to the outside as expected. That's going to compromise Carlos's line. Ash is able to set him up, get a good run. In the slipstream now, is he going to try and move down into the next corner? That is the question. He's looking inside, as it would be.
But he's not stopping. Oh, I didn't
He
think he was
gets
stopping
close.
it then.
But yeah, using a lot more curb and track to try and get a good run. He's got a good run. Pulls to the outside, which will the inside for the next proper corner. And Frankie Francica is just behind in the slipstream. So Ash and Carlos side by side. Ash hits the curb, forces Carlos to take avoiding action. That allows Frankie to get up. Is Frankie going to be able to make a move on Ash for P5? He backs out. Sensible. And it's a good debut for Frankie as he defends P6. Gets a bit
A little moment there on the way in, didn't he? Oh, a little bit more of a moment.
Having a decent race, but still
Carlos
to the
will
car.
be through here, I think.
Yeah. So Carlos Fernandez. No, that's not Carlos Fernandez.
Oh, sorry, it's not Carlos.
That's his friend Mario Nicholas, I believe.
Teammates then, I assume. Sorry, same livery.
Yeah.
Now, so used to it just being Carlos in that one.
Mario now joined him last week, and had a decent race actually. I think finished P5 in one of the races.
Oh, Frankie's been passing the baton there by
Has he?
Carlos as well. I think he had a moment.
No.
Instead he went off the track, so he may have had a moment in the last 2 corners. He's got a run.
In the slipstream.
Can't get it back in turn 1.
A good run. The slipstream and DRS. DRS for Formula 1 cars. Pretty effective here. Slipstream for these junior cars. Frankie takes a lot of curb on the inside. But he managed to get the move done for now. Is he going to defend into the next corner? He may have to. Carlos pulls to the inside. Keeps it there. Forces side by side. Frankie has the corner. Carlos now up the inside. That is a great move from Carlos. Frankie round the outside though. Can he keep it? Get a good run?
Good racing.
It is indeed. They're still side by side.
I think Frankie's just got the legs on this.
He may do so. Round the outside. Sweeps through. Goes off track massively actually. Possibly could get a slowdown for that, but he is ahead. And he's still in P7.
Oh, I didn't think he was stopping. Generally, sometimes with these cars, I don't think they're going to stop in time. I thought he was going to lose the rear into there.
Indeed. But this man is closing in on them pretty quickly if they keep fighting. The man with the fastest lap as well is Theo. As you can see, the purple time next to his name. Purple means optimal, for those who don't know. And the green times are their drivers' personal best times.
Oh, Frankie's off. In the gravel behind. I don't know if that was by himself.
Have a quick look at that.
Oh, he looks like he will be. He's too far ahead.
Frankie under the brakes. You can see the brake disc lighting up and the rear just steps out on him. He's desperately trying to get that back on the road. And gets going again. So that's unfortunately dropped him down to P9. know who that is behind him. Just trying to look. It is Thiago, who's a lap down, unfortunately. And the gap at the top's closed down quite a bit. Coming towards the end of this race. And 4 minutes to go. Christian has actually crashed as I say that.
Oh, yeah. As you've said it.
Indeed. So that's the commentator's curse, just absolutely hitting Christian right in the face.
Too much curb, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
just unsettles the car on exit. Gets just a bit trigger happy with the throttle. The car was actually still a bit up in the air, so the tyres weren't able to grab the track as they would have liked to, and that unfortunately drops him down by about 5 seconds.
Theo's on Carlos here for P7.
He is indeed. Theo with a lovely lunge down the inside.
Oh, he's lost it!
He's lost it on exit.
Oh, he really was dragging the brake through there, wasn't he?
Indeed. And it's very, very unfortunate for Theo.
Well, he tried his best. He looked like he was coming from a little while back there as well. So that was... I was still intrigued to why he had to pit. I assume it's down to penalty points for why he had to pit. But he was in the podium places earlier today. Scary now sits there happily. You want to get another podium.
The thing is, though, his 2 points, it just gives you a drive-through penalty. He stops in the pit lane.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's the only thing making me think that it wasn't incident points, but where would he have got damage from? He did pass a lot of cars to get up to the top three. It was that steep from Mario, but he's fine.
Indeed, he's really, really trying to chase down Ash as quick as he can.
Oh, wow. Carries a lot of speed through the first part of that chicane. Ash doesn't carry as much.
Indeed.
I actually caught him out on lap 1 as well.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, it did. I think now we can possibly expect a move with slipstream here from Mario. As you see many times before, F4 and F3, slipstream down here is the crucial part of it. He's getting so much closer. Just not enough.
Yeah. Out of road this time around. You might have a look. Yeah, Ash feels like he's there, so he covers the inside, comes back across. He's not going to make a move, so turns in fine.
I'm just going to look at the leader. Yep, so Benny's next lap will be the final lap of race 1. I do believe. Current best lap time is still with Theo. A couple of drivers picking up extra incident points. Daniel is close to a drive-through penalty as he just crashes, which we will take a quick look at. What happened here? Did you lose the car?
Understeer's off.
Yeah, just a bit of understeer. And smacks the barrier and loses his front left wheel, I believe. And then I've just seen this. The driver chasing down Ash Knight.
Oh, he's not? He's gone too quick again. No, he's the power.
Hooked it on exit. Just a bit trigger happy, a bit too eager. Adrenaline got to him, and unfortunately has caused him to have a bit of a moment. So this is the final lap of the race. We're watching the race leader right now in his Alpine livery Formula 3 car. 5 seconds ahead of his next rival in Christian.
Yeah, he's dominated this one now. No, he hasn't put a foot wrong. He's got another race to go as well.
Indeed. But
good run here from Theo.
He's having his soul to play for. Theo's got a great run. Is he going to chuck it down the inside?
He needs to. He's there.
He's looking for it. Hangs back a little bit. And that is a wonderful move from Theo. On Carlos for P7.
Nicely done by Carlos to give him the room.
Indeed. But in doing that, Carlos gets pole position. For the second race.
True. That's also a thing he may have thought about there. You can have the position for now, because I'll have the front row for the next one.
Indeed. Checker flags out. Ready for Age. Another race win. Beginning to feel like the Michael Schumacher era of Formula 1.
Another one.
A quick German drive could take it everything. Yeah. Christian second place. Ascari across the line third. Daniel's going to come home in fourth place.
Good drive. Ash Knight's going to pit.
Interesting.
Okay. Is he going to get P5 here? Has he got time? He has, I think.
This is going to be close. Cross the line.
No, he doesn't.
Mario snatches.
Wow.
Mario snatches P5 from Ash as he pits.
Why did he pit?
I don't know. Theo is in P7.
Why did he pit?
Carlos is P8. Frankie Franchicha P9. And Ricardo Mercado rounds out your top 10. Thiago Costa in 11th. Bruno Visoso in 12th. And Daniel Skive in 13th position. So that is race 1 of Formula 3. It was pretty calm again.
Yeah.
It was not much going on, but hopefully we don't see a repeat of Formula 4 in this second race. Ricardo Mercado on pole position. Thought he came home in P10, but anyway. Carlos is in P2. Theo in P3. Mario in P4. Daniel in P5. Ascari is P6. Christian is in P7, and race 1 winner Benny is in P8. Ash9 P9, and Frankie is in P10. Thiago in P11. Bruno in P12, and rounding out the grid is Daniel Skive for the last race of the evening. Second race of Formula 3. And hopefully it's a good one. Are we all ready? I believe we are.
Here we go.
So we are underway. For race 2, everyone gridded up before the allocated time ran out. Ricardo defending the lead.
Oh, that's interesting at the turn 1.
Brakes. That allows Carlos to take the lead. Theo almost crashing out there. Good save by him.
Again.
But Mario's going to take P2 away from Ricardo. Ricardo is so slow compared to the other drivers.
It's all a bit close, isn't it? Theo's gone a bit wide there, but keeps it on the road.
Gary
in the background's had an issue. Everybody's keeping it clean until I've said that, probably. Here we go.
Watch along with Benny Feige. He chucks it up the inside of Ricardo.
Ooh. Christian thought about following him. Is going to follow him now, surely. And so does Ash Knight.
Ash Knight actually overtakes Christian.
And is he going to try and get Carlos? Surely not.
I think that's Mario.
Oh, sorry, Mario.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Theo has a good start. He's going to want to chase down Carlos as quick as he can. But Benny, Mr. Feige, is just right there.
Clean start. Good clean start there.
Indeed. The drivers a lot closer together this race. So hopefully that brings a bit more of an entertainment element. I was just seeing it at the back here actually. Just noticed that.
Garo trying to make his way through. Could go 3 wide here actually to turn 1 if they make it. They don't.
Is this guy going to chuck it at the inside?
He will, and he'll get that place.
Well done.
Theo's taken the lead.
He has indeed. Just saw that. Theo now into the lead on lap 2.
Daniel in the background was covering off Benny as well. So not Benny, so that's the wrong way. Ash Knight was covering up Christian in the background as well.
Indeed. Maybe a driver who's been slightly quiet. Been there or thereabouts though. Daniel Hieronymo. Brockley P3, he's got Benny behind him. And he's got Carlos in front of him.
Costa's just taken Christian as well for P7. Something you wouldn't expect.
We want to watch this battle.
Oh, that's a move, that is. Here we go to the outside. Is he going to make that? Oh, that's a late break there. And there's a cutback.
On the brakes. That is a very, very intelligent move there. Benny follows
Benny's followed him. Wow.
Very, very
nicely done by everybody there.
There's going to be a slipstream fest here. Who's going to have the last laugh?
Oh, Benny is, I think, here.
I think so. It could be contact if they're not careful.
3 wide.
3 wide. Carlos just dips back into a slipstream.
Oh, wow. Daniel's got this, I think. Oh, he's on the curb. Benny's just confident, isn't he?
Yeah, but still looking to get through.
That's just
awesome. Look at this train of cars. What we want.
That was good racing there as well, and Ash is going to try and pass him now.
What is up with
Christian is going down as you've gone to him. He's now trying to get the inside.
Constantly going backwards ever since the start.
Good pass there, but yeah, he is going the right way again now as Mario passes Carlos up ahead for P4 as that battle rages on between Mario, Carlos, and Ash. And Costa's involved as well. Ash has got a good run there on Carlos in the background. Has he covered him? No, the door's open and Ash is going to go through it. Costa's going to try and pass Carlos as well. So Carlos is slowly falling down the order as he's gone around his outside. Is it going to be done? It's done now. That's brilliant. Scar is now going to join in. Here we go.
Carlos has got slipstream up. These might go 3 wide here. Down the main straight. They are going 3 wide. Ascari forces it. Christian is just behind him. Ascari backs out. It's very, very close. Carlos gets the lead for now, but it has to check up a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of checking up there for those 2 corners.
Christian's looking to the side. Ascari defends that.
Yeah, that's
possibly
nice,
had a look at Thiago. Carlos just riding the curve there a little bit. Carlos defends. Ascari taking a tight line as well. It's absolutely magnificent. You don't see this often, so savour it while you can. But this is what we want to see. Super close racing between great drivers. Even if it's only for P6. And that's a moment from Carlos there, as well as Thiago actually, who just hit the curb on the inside. Launched the car up, and it's 2x2. Ascari loses it on the brakes, but I think Thiago actually helped him save it there. Just with a little tap through the chicane. Looks like Frankie's under a bit of pressure now from Bruno. Bruno mic'd out. Back to this battle. Watching Thiago. Carlos taking that tight line again. What we've seen before. Got to run to the line. Thiago looking to the outside now. Possibly forced by Carlos. Does he get the move done? He sweeps around the outside with elegance and grace and gets the move done in a swift fashion, but Carlos has lodged it through left-hander on his outside. Backs out though, and that is a great move from Thiago Costa. And Ascari in the background spins. So his luck is still not with him. Very, very unfortunate, and I'm just waffling on. Do you want to have any input with us?
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant racing as Christian now ran outside. That was great. They were all just being very respectful as they could there. Little touches, but everybody survived until Ascari sadly spun, I think, on his own accord there as Christian turned in. That corner really deceives me. I always think someone's going to spin as they enter it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Good racing between everyone there in the mid-pack. That was good. Everyone's been clean this race. Yeah, it was really, really good racing around this track. Walls are pretty close, actually, compared to what you would think, because it's a proper circuit, but the walls are right there, either side. Theo has the fastest lap and the lead, so he's doing well so far. Benny's P2, as Theo puts another fastest lap of the race, and he's really flying along, isn't he?
36.5, that is absolutely rapid. Quicker than Benny Feige.
As I think Ascari has had another moment. So, yeah, his luck has gone.
Yeah, he comes into the pits now, as you can see.
Mario's crashed as well. Mario's crashed from P3 or 4, I think it was, maybe. He's now dropping down the order as he's now 9th, 10th. So Mario could be in the wall somewhere.
Have a look at the replay.
So is it Curb's turn 1 too much? Oh, he's taking a
way
lot of speed. Oh no.
But to be fair to him, he held the brakes, didn't move.
He held the brakes like you get told to in the stewards thing. And
I think Ash did not expect that. So Ash is running around with damage, I believe.
Yeah, Ash will have some severe damage. Yes, he has.
You can see that.
As his wheels pointing in the complete wrong direction.
His front
left
tire.
That is not how the car is meant to look.
Front left tyre pointing to the inside. He's got front wing damage as well. You can see it lifted
Christian's
up.
made a pass in all of that.
That was a really, really good move. But now I'd be lucky to try and dispatch of Ash as quickly as he can.
Yeah, that's a surprise he's making the speed he is with that car.
I don't think he knows that he's got that bad of a damage.
Oh, it's got to. That's got to be painful.
Is he going to come in? He does indeed, yeah. As expected.
That's ruined his race, sadly.
As indeed. The bites a battle for P4 here, sorry. They are going to slipstream, pulls to the outside. He loves the outside move, doesn't he? Down into this corner. Gets it done. Congratulations.
What?
That's a great move.
That was an outrageous move. As Christian really thought about it.
Mm-hmm. Galgo's sliding out the corner there. You can see the rear end just getting a little bit squirrely. He put the power down, but keeps it in check. Holds on to P4 for now. Christian's going to put the pressure on.
Really keeping the pressure on here.
He is indeed. And ever so closer. As well as Bruno is to the back of Carlos in the background there. So that gap at the top is just getting ever bigger. 5 seconds now at the top, 5.5 actually. It might be. But that's a very, very odd from Thiago. He gets completely out of shape coming out the last corner.
Yeah, that's Christian's place now, we must say, before turn 1.
I'd say so, but it's still side by side, and Thiago is in what we could say is favoured position. Christian.
Big moment.
Indeed. Did everything he could to try and defend that. He knew what Thiago were going to do.
Yeah, nicely done by the both of them there.
He's
gone for it.
Side. Oh, he's definitely there.
Oh, yeah, nicely. He's had to really back out of that there.
Yeah, did well to do that. I think any further than a bit in the back of Christian. And spun him around.
Yeah, good driving there.
Indeed it is. Good driving, good racing from these two. That's what we want to see.
Daniel will be happy in P3. I don't know if he's got a podium yet this season.
I don't believe he did. I think he just joined last race at the Red Bull Ring. He had a fairly strong evening there. I do believe this will be his first podium.
Christian on the edge there of how much track he can use before it turns to grass.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruno's now had an incident. Bruno's crashed from P7. So he's gone off the road maybe in the last couple of corners. And has he used too much? Oh, no, he doesn't use too much grass. Oh, it's just... Oh, it snapped on him. On the
curb on the inside.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's not what I expected to see from that replay, I must admit. Where did Frank end up? Did he end up in the pits, I assume, or was he... Oh, he's kept going. Or is he pitted, maybe?
I think he's got minor front wing damage, but it's not really affected too much.
Oof, from the look of that, I thought he'd have a lot more, to be honest.
Indeed.
I'm surprised he hasn't ended up in a wall.
The gap at the top is now 6.5 seconds.
Yeah, Theo's doing well here, isn't he? Keeping
really
Benny
is.
away. That's some achievement.
Really is.
Be a second win on the road as well. It'll be earned.
And he'll take full points from this race, a full 12 points. For the win the fastest lap, 10 plus 2. Benny only taking 9 points in this race.
So my math says that's 3 more points. I think Benny's got I don't know how big of a gap Benny's got, but I think he's got an okay one, to say the least. I think he's got at least a win or two, maybe, gap.
Enough of a gap
back.
for now.
I think the Christian would be the gap too as well, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, the gap now at 7 seconds.
Ash Knight trying to pass Ricardo for P8 after the incident he had earlier.
Side by side down the main straight.
You should have that under the brakes as they hit them now. And Ash Knight does move up to P8.
Very good move.
So we've got the GT3s coming up on Friday night this week, and they are at, you ready? Ooh. Oh, no, I've read that wrong, surely not. Oh, I've written down that I might miss it. Red Bull Ring. Will I miss that? I don't think I will. Red Bull Ring, I believe, this weekend this weekend, Friday night, or for the GT3s for round. Oh, is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? And it's 6, and there's only 3 more. 7? Oh, I can't count. You're right, it's 7, and there's only 3 more to go after that.
Indeed.
So that's getting to the rear end of that season.
And Sebring all left.
Yes.
More of that series. for the Formula Series, though, we are at the halfway mark actually with these rounds. For Formula 3 and Formula 4, we will remain in Italy next week. We will be heading to Monza, Festival of Speed there. And after that, Silverstone and Alton Park.
Ooh, what a track that is.
Followed by Barcelona. Then we head to Suzuka with the West layout, not the full Grand Prix layout. And then finally, the final round will be held at Okayama International. So, a good array of tracks there for the rest of the season. Our Formula 1 series will also be headed to Monza next week, followed by Silverstone. Then breaks away from the Junior Series. There won't be a support series there. They will be headed. The Formula 1 series will be headed to Canada in Montreal, then back at Barcelona before heading to Suzuka, and the finale of the season will be held in Brazil.
Oh, that's lovely.
Around the Sao Paulo Grand Prix circuit.
That's how you end a season.
It is indeed. I think one infamous moment, definitely the 2008 Formula 1 World Championship.
Oh, it's the first memory I have as a kid.
Is that Glock going slow?
Is that Glock? Oh, what a moment.
It was indeed, and that broke the heart.
It was Glock.
It definitely broke the hearts of the Massa family. Felipe Massa, arguably one of the best drivers not to win a World Championship, in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm thinking of others like Kubica and Heifeld.
Indeed.
Come to mind.
Yeah, Kubica definitely in his heyday was definitely one of the better drivers. Was actually I believe was actually set to go to Ferrari for the 2011 season, but obviously had that horrific rally crash, which I would assume definitely took the confidence and the ability out of him. You almost lose an arm, and you've like almost lost half of you as a driver. Tried to make a comeback with Williams. That didn't go as he probably planned it in his head. But yeah, I believe he's now in endurance racing, which is good to see.
Yeah, doing well in endurance racing.
Yeah, other drivers. You got your Mark Webber.
Mark Webber, good driver.
Yeah.
David Coulthard?
David Coulthard, probably, arguably another one.
Is that fair? That's, I think, a fair one to say. Oh, that's a big lock-up.
I think another one I'd say, obviously everyone has their own opinion, but Valtteri Bottas. When you've got arguably the greatest driver of all time, the most accomplished driver of all time in Formula 1 as your teammate, how are you meant to match that? If your best is slightly slower than the best,
because if say Hamilton retired instead of Rosberg, and you put Bottas in that car versus Rosberg, would Bottas have got a title?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the question there.
I think Bottas.
I think he's getting at least one then. I don't know how much I rate Bottas over Rosberg. That's my question. It's been so long since I saw Rosberg.
Yeah.
I grew up as watching him as a kid. And when he was in Williams back then in like 2011. I thought he was quite good. Theo takes the win though. Look at that.
Indeed. So enough chit chat from us. Pass the time by as nothing really else happened. Theo gets the win and the fastest lap, I believe. Benny Feege is probably his closest competitor to do that. And then what a result for this man, Daniel Hieronymo. P3, which I believe is his first podium. He definitely beats Christian. Next across Sainz Thiago, followed by Carlos. And then which I'm going to stand by as the best name in the ASR community. Frankie Franchicha. What a name. Ash Knight. P8. Race 2 pole sitter Ricardo in P9. And then Bruno, as he comes around the corners, will eventually take P10. And then the man with what seems to be very, very unfortunate luck. He cannot catch a break, really, and it's very, very unfortunate. Not nice to see a driver like that, but sometimes motorsport just has to have one like that. But so that's it from us, I think. Race 2 of Formula 3 complete. Dominant from Theo in the second race, unfortunate in the first race. All around though, we've had bits of everything. That chaos in Formula 4. Had a bit of an action here in Formula 3. I've thoroughly enjoyed it actually. Have you, Wes?
Oh yes, as always, I enjoy Tuesday nights. Watching the Formula racing, it's always fantastic. Formula 4, bit chaotic in the second race. Very good racing though from the Formula 3 guys today. Very, very, very close racing. Very respectful too, I must say. They tried their hardest to avoid any real incidents too. So well done to them. It was good close racing here at Imola. It was quite a lot of overtaking too. So these Formula 3 and Formula 4 cars, as always, putting on another good show.
Indeed. So for some reason the points aren't lining up with actual points. Put the point system, but I've just figured out how to get the race results up. That is me learning how to use the software, and these are your feature race results. So that was Formula 4 and Formula 3 at Imola. I think we're going to wrap it up there. So thank you for joining us. It has been an absolute pleasure having you once again, and it's been a pleasure being alongside you, Wes. Thoroughly enjoyed
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's great fun as always. I really do enjoy the Formula racing on Tuesday nights here and Actually Still Racing.
Indeed so. As we've mentioned before, we've got GT3 on Friday, and then back next week with F1 at Monza, Formula 3 and Formula 4 at Monza as well. And GT3s, I'm not sure. Well, that's going to be next week. We'll find out on Friday if you do join us. But I think for now, that's going to be it from me and Wes, and we will see you all next time.